in support of the royal decree dissolving the International Joint Commission, IJC, issued by Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I, living crown, custodian of earth and humanity, Kingdom of Canada and the world under natural law, Queen and Commander-in-Chief. Rationale 1. Violation of natural law and sovereignty of creation. The IJC was established by unlawful colonial governments without the informed consent of the free and sovereign beings who dwell upon the lands and waters it claims to govern. Under natural law, all living beings, rivers, lakes, lands, and skies exist in sacred unity and cannot be subjected to artificial corporate agreements, international treaties, or colonial boundary frameworks. The IJC falsely presumes ownership and jurisdiction over creation's natural systems, which are bestowed by divine source, not by monarchs, parliaments, presidents, or treaties. Rationale 2. Imposition of artificial borders and false duality. The IJC perpetuates and manages, the IJC perpetuates and manages the illusion of political borders, artificially dividing one living landmass into corporate jurisdictions called Canada and USA. These borders are not recognized by the earth, the people, nor divine creation. They exist solely to maintain control over trade, resources, and the movement of human beings for profit. The false border upheld by the IJC is a colonial weapon of separation, designed to divide and rule. Under natural law, the earth is one, and so too are her people. Rationale 3, exclusion of free peoples and communities. The IJC is an unelected, unaccountable body whose decisions are made in secretive committees and commissions without consultation or consent from the natural inhabitants of the land and waters it claims to govern. This violates the foundational principle of natural law that all beings are born free, equal, and sovereign, and that no entity may govern them without full informed consent. The IJC overrides and suppresses the rightful role of local stewards, natural law, councils of elders, local caretakers, and sovereign families. Rationale 4, enabling of corporate exploitation and ecological harm. Over decades, the IJC has facilitated the exploitation of sacred waters and ecosystems by approving large-scale hydroelectric dams, canal systems, and water diversions, enabling pollution and contamination of boundary waters by industrial interests, serving the private profit interests of multinational corporations rather than the well-being of the earth and her people. The IJC operates within a legal commercial system designed to extract wealth and degrade nature for gain. This violates natural law, which mandates right relationship with all forms of life. Rationale 5, instrument of maritime admiralty law and Crown Corporation. The legal foundation of the IJC is embedded in maritime admiralty law, rooted in the defunct colonial British Crown and the corporate United States. It is thus contractually bound to the fraudulent system of debt, property, resource extraction, and planetary control. Under natural law, these systems are 1, invalid and unlawful, 2, in direct contradiction with divine will and the principles of unity, harmony, and peace, and dissolve by decree of the living crown. Rationale 6, no moral, legal, or spiritual authority. The IJC possesses no divine, natural, or spiritual authority to A, claim jurisdiction over the living waters of earth, B, determine the fate of ecosystems, and C, create or enforce treaties that bind living beings to artificial laws. Its continued operation is a spiritual trespass, a moral fraud, and legal nullity under natural law. Therefore, its total and peaceful dissolution is both necessary and inevitable under the restored divine order. Rationale 7, restoration of natural law, governance, and living stewardship. In alignment with the Kingdom of Canada and the world under natural law, this decree affirms the return of all waters, lands, and skies to the stewardship of local sovereign beings and natural law councils, guardians and protectors who live in harmony with earth, Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I, living crown and custodian of earth and humanity. This ensures that sacred waters are no longer treated as commodities, but as living, relative, and divine creations, governed with reverence and wisdom. Final statement by Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I. The dissolution of International Joint Commission is not merely a political act. It is a sacred restoration. It marks the end of colonial domination and the reawakening of humanity's divine stewardship over the earth under the guidance of Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I, and the full re-implementation of natural law across all lands and waters of the earth. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful day.